same $500,000 in California, that gets you a 700 square foot condo. Maybe a parking spot if you're lucky. In Atlanta, it gets you this: 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a backyard, and a 2-car garage in one of the top-rated school districts in the Southeast. Let's run the actual numbers. Let's start with the most important question. What does $500,000 actually buy in each market? In Los Angeles, the median price per square foot in 2024 is hovering around $720. That means your $500,000 budget gets you roughly 690 to 700 square feet. We're talking a 1-bedroom condo in a mid-tier neighborhood, possibly in areas like Koreatown or Van Nuys. In San Jose, it's even worse. You're looking at $900 depleter to $1,000 per square foot in many zip codes, which means $500,000 might not even close on a studio in some parts of the city. Now, let's go to Atlanta. In zip code 3004, which is Alpharetta in Fulton County, their $500,000 gets you a 2,800 to 3,200 square foot single-family home, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a 2-car garage, and in many cases a finished basement. In zip code 30 Grays More 97, that's Johns Creek. Same story. You're getting 2,600 to 3,000 square feet in a master plan community with top-rated Gwinnett County schools. Even in zip code 3068, which is East Cobb and Marietta, $500,000 buys you a fully updated 3,000 square foot home on a half-acre lot. The price per square foot across these Atlanta suburbs ranges from $155 to $180 million, priced in a 97. Compare that to $720 in Los Angeles. That is not a small difference. That is a completely different life. And the kicker? Atlanta property taxes, while not zero, are significantly lower than California's on comparable homes. We'll get into the full cost breakdown in the next section. The home price gap is obvious, but let's talk about what happens every single month after you move in, because that's where the real savings show up. Start with your mortgage. A $500,000 home in Atlanta at a 7% interest rate with 20% down. So a $400,000 loan runs you about $2,661 a month. That same payment in Los Angeles doesn't get you a $500,000 home. The median LA home price is $860,000. With 20% down on that, you're at $688,000 financed, and your payment is north of $4,580 a month. That's nearly $1,900 more per month just in mortgage costs. Now, let's layer in everything else. The average electric bill in Georgia is around $126 a month versus $180 in California. Car insurance in Atlanta averages $1,400 a year versus over $2,300 in Los Angeles. Groceries in Atlanta run roughly 8 to 12% cheaper than the California average according to the Council for Community and Economic Research's 2023 Cost of Living Index. Gas? Georgia's gas tax is 31 cents per gallon. California's is 58 cents per gallon, nearly double. When you add it all up, a comparable lifestyle in Atlanta costs the average transplant $2,500 to $3,200 less per month than in coastal California. That's $30,000 to $38,000 a year in your pocket. Some people use that to pay off their mortgage faster. Others invest it. Either way, it changes the math on your entire financial life. And we haven't even talked about income taxes yet. That's next. This one stops people in their tracks. And honestly, it should. Georgia eliminated its graduated state income tax and replaced it with a flat rate that is being phased down to 4.99%. And Georgia legislators have laid out a roadmap to eliminate it entirely. California, by contrast, has the highest state income tax in the country. If you're earning $100,000 a year in California, you're paying 9.3% in state income tax. That's $9,300 gone before you even think about federal taxes. At $150,000 taxes, enriching you a people rate, Californian dollars a year to the state. At $500,000 in income, you're at 13.3%, which is $66,500 a year just in California state income taxes. Now apply Georgia's current flat rate of 5.49% on that same $500,000 income. You're at $27,450. The difference? $39,050 a year. On a $4 of head US jar just saves you roughly $7,200 a year in state income taxes alone, before you factor in any deductions for remote workers, freelancers, and high earners. This is a massive number. It directly affects how much house you can afford, how fast you can save, and what your retirement looks like. And when you combine that income tax advantage with the property cost savings we already covered, you're looking at a total financial picture that is genuinely hard to argue with. Up next, let's talk about whether Atlanta can actually support your career if you're not fully remote. If you're relocating from California, there's a good chance you're at least partially remote. But let's talk about what Atlanta's job market looks like if you ever want or need to go back in person, change careers, or simply know your options. Atlanta is not a secondary market. It is a Fortune 500 hub. The city is home to the headquarters of Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, Home Depot, UPS, and CNN, among others. According to the Metro Atlanta Chamber, the Atlanta Metro added over 60,000 jobs in 2023, with technology, healthcare, film, and logistics leading the growth. The technology sector in particular has been expanding rapidly. Companies like Microsoft, Apple, NCR Atleos, and Honeywell have either relocated to or significantly expanded their Atlanta footprint in recent years. Midtown Atlanta, specifically the area around Tech Square near Georgia Tech, has become a legitimate tech corridor, attracting startups and enterprise companies alike. For remote workers, Atlanta checks every logistical box. Hartsfield-Jackson is the world's busiest airport, with direct flights to virtually every major West Coast city. The city's fiber internet infrastructure is strong, co-working space density is high, and the time zone, Eastern, keeps you aligned with New York-based clients and business partners. Unemployment in the Atlanta metro sits around 3.6%, which is tight by any measure. The bottom line, you are not trading career opportunity for affordability when you move to Atlanta. You're trading a cost of living crisis for a city that can actually support your professional growth. Now, let's get specific about where in Atlanta you should actually be looking. Not all of Atlanta is the same, and where you land matters a lot. Here are the 4 suburbs we consistently recommend to people relocating from California based on school quality, commute access, lifestyle, and value at the $400,000 to $600,000 topping the price point. First, Alpharetta, zip code $3,000-4 and $3,000-5, Fulton County. This is the most popular landing spot for California tech workers. It has a walkable downtown with independent restaurants, a Avalon mixed-use district, top-rated Fulton County schools, and proximity to major employers along GA 400. Median home price around $530,000. Second, Johns Creek, zip 3097, Gwinnett and Fulton County border. Consistently ranked one of the safest cities in Georgia, excellent schools, strong Indian and East Asian communities, and a very California-compatible suburban feel. Median home prices in the $480,000 to $520,000 range. Third, Smyrna and Vinings, zip codes 380 and 3,339, Cobb County. If you want urban proximity, quick access to Midtown, Buckhead, and Cumberland. Without paying Buckhead prices, this is your zone. Homes in the $400,000 stores to $550,000 range get you newer construction or fully renovated craftsman homes. 4th, Canton, zip $3,114 and $3,000 100. It's 45 minutes north of Midtown, but remote workers consistently rate it as their best move. Each of these markets has inventory available right now, and a local realtor who knows these zip codes can get you into the right neighborhood within your first week of searching. If you're seriously considering this move, the smartest thing you can do right now is talk to someone who knows these neighborhoods on the ground. Drop a DM and we'll connect you with a local Atlanta realtor who works with California relocations every week. No pressure, just real information. There's also a free relocation checklist linked in the description that covers schools, neighborhoods, commute times, and what's a budget for your first year. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. We drop Atlanta market data every week.